Hello and welcome to a section of the Editing and Surgery course from the BJS Society. My name is Alison Cherrie. I'm Head of Publishing for the BJS Society, and I'll be speaking on the role of publisher. And I've got a brief introduction for you in terms of agenda on the next slide. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. I'll give you a brief background to my position, what I do, the important principles of a good surgical journal, what makes a good editor, tips for authors on their publishing journey, and where is surgical publishing heading. So we'll just start off with me and a brief background to how I ended up in this role. I've worked for BJS for 23 years, which is a long time, and with BJS Open since its launch in 2017. I've had various roles during that time, including the peer review process, the production process. I was managing editor for a number of years, and I'm now head of publishing. I've worked at various publishers. I've joined the journal wherever they've been published, and I started off at Butterworth Heinemann. Blackwell Publishing was next, Wiley, Oxford University Press, and I'm now working directly for the BJS Society. I see myself as one small cog in a very extensive network of bigger cogs, and I must admit, I do love it. It's different every single day. So in terms of what I actually do, there are a number of things that are involved in this role. Essentially, I manage the BJS Society journal portfolio of BJS and BJS Open. And the editorial office is included in that to ensure that journals are published in a smooth and timely manner and to the high standards expected of the BJS Society. I implement the strategic plan as determined by the Society to ensure successful development and growth of both journals. I'm responsible for the contractual and financial management of the journals and monitoring journal expenditure to ensure editorial costs are kept within budget. Regular production of reports and analytics on areas such as submissions, acceptances, usage, impact factor, and the open access trend are really important to make sure that we're keeping abreast of everything that's going on in this the surgical publishing landscape. I provide day-to-day support for the editorial teams, and I'm the main point of contact for queries or problems for all the editors. I act as the interface now between the Society and the publisher, and that can involve any number of contacts with different departments, including marketing, finance, advertising. I liaise with the typesetter on proofs and sales. It's a really varied role. And we often have editorial meetings, and I have to prepare for and participate in them. They're monthly for BJS and bi-monthly for BJS Open. I also attend the Society Council meetings and additional meetings as required. So it's a very varied role, as I've said, and they certainly keep me busy. So we'll just touch on the important principles of a good surgery journal. Like any reputable scientific journal, they should adhere to certain important principles and standards to ensure the quality and integrity of research it publishes. So here are some of the key principles that the surgery journal should follow. So top of the list really is education and knowledge dissemination. The journal should not only publish research, but also contribute to the education and dissemination of knowledge in the field of surgery. This can include providing resources, guidelines, and educational materials. Engagement with the community is crucial, as you can imagine. The journal should actively engage with the surgical community, participating in relevant conferences, collaborating with surgical organisations. Having an active presence on social media is very important, and seeking feedback from readers and authors with a view to always progressing and getting better. Ethical standards. The journal should follow strict ethical guidelines, including those on authorship, plagiarism, conflicts of interest, and research ethics. It should adhere to the recognised ethical standards of those outlined by organisations such as the Committee on Publication Ethics. Peer review and production processes are also really important. These are the processes that authors first come into contact with us, and we should employ a rigorous peer review process where experts in the field evaluate and provide feedback on their submitted manuscripts. If and when they're accepted, there should be a reasonable schedule to ensure content is published in a timely manner. Editorial independence is crucial. The journal's editorial team and decision-making process should be independent from any external influence, such as commercial interests, to maintain the integrity of the publication. And as I mentioned, continuous improvement it goes without saying. The journal should be committed to ongoing improvement and adaptation to evolving publishing standards and practices. So then, what makes a good editor to bring all this together? A good editor possesses a range of attributes and skills that are essential for effectively editing an academic journal. And here are some of the key points that I've pulled out. So, continuous learning. A good editor stays up to date with evolving technology and industry trends. They're open to learning and improving their skills and knowledge throughout their career. They need to keep on top of things. Integrity is a two-pronged affair. Editors should maintain the highest level of integrity and ethical standards. They're both the face of the journal among the community, and brand reputation has to be maintained and enhanced. But also, editors have to ensure that they don't compromise the original intent of authors, making necessary improvements to their manuscripts. Communication skills. Effective communication is essential for conveying feedback, ideas, and instructions in a constructive and clear manner for all team members. Time management. Editors are clearly busy people. They have their day jobs and often responsible for meeting various deadlines. They must be organised and able to manage their time effectively to ensure timely delivery of all aspects of the role. Empathy. This is an important point. Understanding the author's perspective and their challenges, and fostering collaboration and making the editing process smooth, it can be very productive for both sides. Teamwork. Producing journals is a team sport with many people and roles involved. A collaborative editor at the helm fosters excellent teamwork for the ultimate successful development of the journal. So I now have some tips for authors on their publishing journey. And these tips they're designed to help surgeons who wish to publish their research. First and foremost, choosing the right journal is top of the list. Select a journal that aligns with the scope of your surgical research. Consider factors such as the journal's target audience, the type of content it publishes, and the editorial team who look after the journal. Read the author guidelines and the publication policies to ensure your submission adheres to the specific requirements of the journal. Seek guidance from experienced colleagues or mentors who have previously published in surgery journals. Their advice will be invaluable. Rigorous research and methodology. Conduct high-quality research with a well-defined research question or hypothesis. Ensure your methodology is robust, including appropriate study design, data collection, and statistical analyses. Be prepared to provide access to your raw data and any supplementary materials if required by the journal. Data sharing is increasingly important in scientific publications. Effective writing and clear communication. Write a clear, concise, and well-constructed manuscript. Ensure that your research findings are presented logically and use appropriate language and terminology. Include comprehensive figures, tables, and references to back up your findings. Clearly discuss the clinical relevance and implications of your research, outlining how it contributes to the field of surgery and advances patient care. Also include any weaknesses that you are aware of in your work. Just be upfront. They will be spotted by the experts anyway. They don't miss a trick. And finally, where is surgical publishing heading? Over the 23 years that I've worked on the journal, nothing has ever stood still in the publishing landscape, and it's not going to anytime soon. The future of surgical publishing is likely to be influenced by ongoing advancements in technology and changes in the way information is disseminated and consumed. Here are some potential trends to look out for. Artificial intelligence, AI, we're all very much aware of it now. AI tools can assist in data analysis, literature review, and even surgical planning. AI algorithms can help identify trends and patterns in surgical research, making it easier to track developments and identify knowledge gaps. Ethical and legal challenges. So as this technology evolves, new ethical and legal issues are likely to arise, particularly concerning patient privacy, new ethical data security, and the use of AI in surgical publishing. We're all navigating this new landscape. No one has all the answers yet. It's to be discovered. Open access, the trend towards OA publishing will continue, and new publication funding models will emerge. The most recent iteration is Diamond OA, where journals and platforms do not charge fees to either authors or readers. These journals are community-driven, academic-led, and academic-owned publishing initiatives. It's the most recent one that we have to negotiate. Collaborative and global research. Surgeons and researchers from around the world already collaborate, obviously, more easily thanks to digital platforms. This trend will continue, leading to a broader range of perspectives and more comprehensive research. And data sharing and reproducibility, finally. There is a growing emphasis on sharing research data, making studies more reproducible. Journals and platforms may require authors to provide access to raw data and detailed methodologies. BJS and BJS Open already encourage this, but it's not a requirement at the moment. So that was just a whistle-stop tour on the subject of the publisher in this course. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't have anything else to add at the moment, but I'd just like to thank you for your time.